Hello and welcome to Monday Motivation for Personal and Spiritual Growth. I'm Janelle. I'm so happy that you have decided to click this button and take just a few minutes to have a conversation. Well, it's a one-way conversation, isn't it? But I don't know. Sometimes I just feel more connected when I'm making a video than typing words on our email. So I just wanted to say hi and I wanted to say thank you. Stronger Every Day has been out in the world now since Tuesday, January 19th. When it launched out into the world. And I want to thank you, all of those who pre-ordered, who have downloaded it on Kindle, Christian Audio, Audible. I just want to give you a great big virtual hug and thank you. And I would like to ask you a huge favor today. So it's been almost 2 weeks since it's been out in the world, and it would just mean the world, not to overuse that word, to me, if you would leave a review on Amazon. So I'll put the link right down here, amazon.com. It'll take you to Stronger Every Day, and you just scroll down a bit and you'll see a spot to leave a review. All you need to do is write one sentence. That's it. And pick the star. Hopefully it's 5-star review, but you be true to you and leave this work of heart a review, because what that does, it just does something in the Amazon algorithm world that I understand nothing about, but it will give it greater notice. And that's what we want. I really believe in the 9 tools that are inside of this book. I've lived them. I've used them daily, and they have helped me find my way to real, true freedom in my life. I've never felt more whole, more integrated, more stable, more solid. And I'm grateful to God, most importantly, but I have done a lot of work because it takes a lot of hard work. This is not easy work, but it's empowering work. And it's work that I know brings about meaning and purpose and greater passion and just makes life better. So if you would go do that for me today, I'd be most grateful. And if you do, I have to give a prize because I love prizes. I always have. I'm a teacher. I like to give prizes. So what I'd like you to do is go to Amazon, leave your review, and then send me an email. And in the subject line, just put, I left an Amazon review. And I'll put all of those names into my magic little raffle hat basket and choose a couple winners and send you a little prize. I mean, it's so dreary here today. Sometimes you just need a little prize in your email or in your mailbox. So let me bless you that way. I wish I could send one to all of you, but I just can't. But I do send you my love and hugs, and want to thank you personally today. So that is my first request. My second is I would love for you to do one of the exercises that is in the book. It's in tool 3 under shape healthy thoughts. The intention of tool 3 is I shape healthy thoughts every single day. And at the very end of the chapter, which I call a tool 3 is cognitive reframing, how to shape new neural feedback loops in our brain. I have a little writing prompt that I would love for you to spend some time thinking about and maybe writing about. So I'm going to read it to you and see what you think. Think about this question. How do you know that the story you are telling yourself is actually your God-breathed story? Some experts call this your essence or your true self. In our community, we refer to this as our God-breathed identity or story or self. As author and Enneagram teacher Ian Morgan Cron, one of my faves, has taught me, sooner or later, we must distinguish between what we are not and what we are. We must accept the fact that we are not what we would like to be. We must cast off our false exterior self like the cheap and showy garment that it is. We must find our real self in all its elemental poverty, but also in its great and very simple dignity. And if you belong to the Stronger Everyday community, you know that we stand on this intention. I have value, worth, and dignity. We were created to be the child of God and capable of loving with something of God's own sincerity and his unselfishness. As we've already discovered, sometimes our stories are directed and narrated by the voices of others. Sometimes they're directed and narrated by our parents or a parent, a mother, a father. You know, you hear them in your voice, your mind, don't you? You hear them in your head. Sometimes they're directed and narrated by the voices of critics and bullies, by the voices of strangers, by the voices of unhealthy teachers, school systems, coaches, bosses, even clergy, church systems, and so on. Some stories are passed down through generations. We have a family business, so you will work in this family business, like it or not. Oh, we're passionate, hot-headed. Oh, we're yellers and screamers, and we've come from a long line of yellers. So honey, get used to it. Today, find your sacred space, your quiet place, and consider your answer to this question. I'll share my answer and then you share yours. So we're answering the question, how do you know that the story you're telling yourself is true? And the prompt to writing this in your journal, or maybe just thinking about it, is I know the story I am telling myself is true because. My answer? I know the story I am telling myself is true because I've spent time thinking about it and meditating on my Genesis 2:7 beginning. I've heard God whispers that affirmed my God-breathed true self. I no longer abide by the old narrative, the old reels, the old tapes. I've overcome any and all negative narratives, labels, and words spoken. And I would add this now because I've learned now. You're always learning. Negative narratives, labels, and words spoken or projected by unhealthy voices in my life. I'm practicing how to discern the one true voice. And you can see John 10 in the beautiful ancient scriptures for that reference. I'm aware of my unhealthy negative feedback loop. I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good. Not good enough. And I'm taking it off autopilot and rewiring my brain with a healthy, positive feedback loop. Today, I am speaking healing words, living into my new narrative and committing to using the new emotional health tools that will make me stronger every single day. Now it's your turn. That's my challenge. How do you know that the story you are telling yourself is true? How do you know? So in that email where you tell me you've left an Amazon review, if you want to share your paragraph of how you know the story you're telling yourself is true, or maybe how you know the story you're telling yourself is not true. An example of that would be, I know the story I'm telling myself is not true. That story that I'm not really a success unless I'm a best-selling author. I'm not really a success if I only sell 300 copies of my new book. I know that's not true because I know that I'm a success for having just written the book. Yeah, that's the one I'm working on. So risk being vulnerable, risk taking a moment and share that with me. And I hope you have a great week. You know, I'll be checking back in with you. If you're new to the community and you haven't ran over or hopped over or clicked over to our private Facebook group, Stronger Every Day, Heart Lifting Community, do that. I'll let you in. It's a private community where we do our very best to grow together. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.